Bendición, luz y progreso to each and every one of you. What's up, Nikki? Welcome in, everyone. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, all right. I had to restart TikTok. I hope each and every one of you are doing well today. Welcome in, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Perfect. Thank you for letting me know. How's everybody doing? Drop your name and your zodiac. If this is your first time here, drop a rose next to your name. And if you've been here before, you'll drop the flower that we use in here. I just started, so I'm going to give it a little bit for people to join the stream. But again, if you're new here, drop your name, your zodiac, and put a rose, okay? Gabby Leo, welcome. Thank you for being here. Who else we got? Drop your name and zodiac. If this is your first time, go ahead and drop a rose. And if you've been here before, drop the flower that we use in this group. Robin, welcome. What is your zodiac? Welcome in, everyone. Love, light, prosperity onto all of you. I'm going to give it a minute for the stream to push out. I am live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also on TikTok. So if you guys would like to follow on any of those platforms, you're more than welcome to, okay? All of my information is listed in my bio. If you guys are just tapping in, drop your name and zodiac. If this is your first time here, put a rose next to your name. And if you've been here before, drop the flower that we use in the group. And that goes for any platform, okay? If you guys are watching from YouTube, make sure you guys smash that like and subscribe to the Soul Tribe. Jamie, welcome. First time here. I appreciate it. What's your zodiac? For those of you who are just now encountering me, my name is Madam Divine. I am an intuitive psychic medium. I am also a Reiki practitioner. So I do energy work. We call it distant healing. All right, Taurus. Okay, perfect. I am also an intentional jewelry maker. All right, so if you guys are looking for waist beads, bracelets, protection, necklaces, whatever it is that you're looking for, definitely tap in with me on Instagram, okay? Cancer from Virginia. Hello. Kiki Gemini. You guys, if you're just tapping in, welcome. Drop your name and your zodiac. If this is your first time here, drop a rose next to your name. And if you've been here before, drop the flower that we use in the group. Again, my name is Madam Divine. I am currently live streaming on 4 platforms, so definitely check me out. Um, Alana, welcome, first time. Happy to have you, my love. Love light to you. Aquarius, I see you, beloved. Blessings to you, Queen. Chula, bendiciones, mamita. Thank you for the heart me. Arvin, Capricorn. Love and light to you. Welcome in, you guys. Beware of scammers. I will never contact you. That is not me in your DMs. I will never reach out to you. I am a firm believer as a healer. Your people come to you, whether it's through my vibe and energy or through word of mouth. I'm big on word of mouth. All right. I'm big on energy. All right. That's one thing I will tell you. Big Sag over here. Okay. I'm a big Sag energy. All right. And if you know anything about Sagittariuses, we are blunt, we are bold, and sometimes it's just too much, like some people they can't take it. We're too blunt, but God made us this way, and I'm perfectly okay with that because we stand on truth. That's just what it is. So if you mad at somebody for telling you what it is, I bet you I can wholeheartedly guarantee it's a Sagittarius. All right. My boyfriend a Sagittarius. Sagittarius men are different. I will say that. I've been on both spectrums. Sagittarius men, um, unhealed. Oh Lord, oh Lord, especially unhealed. Terrible. Um, let's see. What zodiacs have I dealt with unhealed? Scorpio for sure. Scorpio was a sign that I said I would probably never tap into again, romantically, for the simple fact that every Scorpio I feel like I ever encountered was a narcissist in some sort of way. And not just that, but I don't know, it's just something about fire and water dynamics. I feel like the fire water dynamic, I mean, they made a movie about it. Elemental. I don't know if you guys watched that, but that was definitely on Disney. And there's this movie on there that's based on all of the elements. And one of the characters, her name is Amber. And she ends up falling in love with the water sign. I forgot what his name was. It's a cute movie. If you guys want to watch it, it'll give you a little bit of insight about your elements. But yeah, something about fire and water dynamics, like I don't know what it is. It's like we go together, but at the same time we don't. I don't know, right? If you're healed, I feel like it could work, right? Um, but you got to think, if there's too much water, right? If water overpopulates the fire, it's going to extinguish the fire, right? You burn the fire out. So that's the thing. There needs to be a balance. And I feel like in all relationships there needs to be a balance. Um like even earth and fire, You know what I'm saying? What happens what happens when what happens when a tree catches on fire? Like, it's a wildfire. You get what I'm saying? Like, it could be too intense. And I'm just speaking off of fire because I'm a fire sign. But it's interesting how the dynamics work, right? What dynamics have you guys dealt with? Let me know in the chat. What dynamics have you dealt with? You could drop your sign and then the other sign in the chat. But yeah, Scorpio was one for me, and also Sagittarius, Gemini as well. Gemini. I've dealt with every element. I'll tell you that. What about Cancer man and Scorpio woman? That's two water signs. That's two of the same element, right? Cancers are they're the most emotional, and they're too feminine. Those are two feminine elements. Cancer and Scorpio. Um Cancer, Capricorn, Aquarius and Sag, Aquarius and Libra. So air and fire, and then air and air. So same thing. You know what I'm saying? With the air elements, you guys can really cancel each other out, because one thing about a Libra will lie, right? They will lie just to not to avoid conflict. You know what I'm saying? Like, Libras are all about balancing the scales, so they tend to kind of um play like devil's advocate in the situation, because they don't want conflict, so they avoid it. So they'll play nice just to avoid conflict. They may not Libras may not agree with what is going on, but they'll agree just so that there's no conflict and it's over. Aquarius, some of y'all could be real petty. Y'all could be real petty. And I'm talking about the lower vibrational, right? Because that's what we were talking about. Sagittarius, again, Sagittarius, we get this bad rep that, we don't want to settle down, but that's not the case. That's not the case at all. We do. We do. But we love variety. We love keeping things like very spontaneous, very adventurous, so we would need to have a partner that would you accept that, because at the end of the day, you can't change your partner. You can't expect to change your partner. That's not what a relationship is about. You're supposed to embrace one another. I'm an Aries. I've dealt with Cancer, Aquarius, Sag. So water, air, and fire. And now I'm dealing with a Libra. Hmm. Aries and Libra. Aries, you got to think Aries is that's a masculine energy, right? Aries is like the action, like the one that like means business and moves forward. You know what I'm saying? So with Aries and Libra, Aries may want to dominate over Libra, and Libra may or may not go for it. You get what I'm saying? Libra may or may not. If you guys have dynamics that you guys want to drop in the chat, we could definitely discuss it. We've never really done that before, but I'm always open for discussion. Can you go in? Can you go in the more detail about Cancer men and Scorpio women? Honey, I did, but if you want to tap in on your own, you could definitely, send a donation. It's a $15 minimum. Leo and Pisces. Okay, so fire and water. Again, another fire dynamic. Leo is one that is very bold, that loves the spotlight, that loves that attention, right? That loves the aesthetics, right? Of how things look, right? Because Leos are the attraction, right? That fire energy. With Pisces, Pisces can be a bit dreamy sometimes, and but they're very intuitive, right? So if Leo, for instance, is operating in an unhealed energy, right, what's going to happen is that the Pisces will probably catch on, right, because of the intuition, and the Leo's not going to like that, because the Leos like things to be, you know, they like to persevere, they like to take lead, they like to take charge. So the moment that they don't feel like they are in control, um you go toe to toe, right? And that's where that fire and water, right, that water over extinguishes that fire, and the fire, it's gonna roar and it's gonna blow back. Cause them Leos ain't nothing to mess with when they're in their fucking, you know what I'm saying? You fuck with me, oh, I'ma fuck with you back. Leos don't play that. So yeah, that fire water element, for whatever reason, I don't know, fire and water, it's like we always find each other, right? I feel like for me with water signs, like female water signs, I get along very well. Like I have a lot of friendships that are water signs, right? But when it comes to the romantic, right, for whatever reason, it's like I clash there, or I was clashing, right? Because we all evolve at some point in our healing journey. Yeah, we don't play. See exactly what I'm talking about. Leos don't play that. What's up, Vani? Look, speaking of a Leo right now. Speaking of a Leo, was I speaking facts? I don't know if you heard what I was saying. What other dynamics? Any other dynamics in here? If you dealt with a fire, a water, an air, an earth, whatever it is, um, drop it down below. She said facts. I'm telling you. It's interesting. Like the more you know, I know some people like really aren't into like astrology like that. Aries woman and Leo man. Now look, that's a good energy, okay? Fire and fire. Very good energy. Aries and Leo, I feel like would really dominate together. But again, there needs to be that balance. There needs to be that balance. Because if one overpowers the other, right? Like let's just say the Aries, right? The Aries supersedes the Leo, and then it leaves the Leo craving, the spotlight. It's gonna feel like the Leo's light is having to dim, and that dynamic doesn't work, right? There needs to be a balance. You get what I'm saying? What's going on, Big Taz? So, I feel like it could really work, but there needs to be a balance. You're so right. I studied it a little and 16 years strong. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a compromise. You could work with your same element. I feel like fire elements can really thrive with one another, but there is a need to really learn and to adapt together. Like you said, you studied, right? And sometimes relationships require, you to study. Relationships require you to put in that work and that effort. So, with that, you learn each other's strengths. You learn each other's weaknesses. You don't You don't poke a bear, because that's what happens in relationships, especially unhealed relationships that are filled with trauma and voids. It's like, you poke a bear and you know exactly where to poke the bear, you know exactly what button to press, right? Because that's what those relationships do. Those karmic relationships trigger you. They trigger you. So I feel like every relationship, every connection that you build, I feel like there's always a need for you to learn something within that relationship. You are so right. I did that a lot in my last relationship. That's what I'm saying. And one thing too that's really really crucial is for a lot of I say a lot of women, right? But also men. But from the women that I've encountered, right? And y'all know I speak nothing but truth. Y'all know I speak nothing but truth. And if anybody takes it a certain way, then y'all take it how it is, right? I'm just a messenger. And I deliver my messages respectfully. But I really do feel like when it comes to certain women tend to they go into a relationship thinking that they can change a person. And that's not the case. You can't change anyone. The only person that you have control over is yourself. Everyone has free willpower. And when you start doing things, and this was something that I was talking to, it was either a client or a friend. I can't remember. We were talking about this, but people do binding spells and all of these things, right? But you don't realize when you do a binding spell, one, you're using manipulation to get what it is that you want. And if God truly intended that for you, there is no need for you to commit a ritual for you to bind somebody to you. I feel like that's ungodly. And for people who do it, I don't judge you whatsoever, right? And I'm not speaking bad on that, but it's something that in the spiritual community I would frown upon, because I don't believe in manipulation. I believe that what is for you will be for you and will never pass you by. Okay, I don't believe in the manipulations, right? So with bindings and all of these things that people do, you don't realize that when you bind somebody to you, you're also binding that person's karmic contract to you. And not just that, right? But when you align with these karmic energies, your everything shifts, right? Everything shifts. So what was really meant for you is no longer there for you because you chose a different path, right? And because you chose a different path, now it's like you're having to take a whole different journey that wasn't even for you to take, but because you wanted to force your hand, right? That's what happens. That's why I say y'all need to be careful when you're manifesting and setting your intentions on what it is that you want. I feel like it is important to really do the self work, right? To work within yourself so that you can attract the very thing that is meant for you. I truly believe that wholeheartedly. But a lot of people don't have the willpower to do that. And that's what it really boils down to, is having the willpower, the discipline to want to move in that manner. But yeah, I truly believe that. I truly believe that relationships can work if you, and really healing too. I feel like healing when you're in a relationship is so important, and I feel like it strengthens the bond within the relationship, because healing with another person is different than healing on your own. And if anybody has done healing on their own, you know that healing on your own is hell. Nobody talks about what it is that you endure and what you go through when you're healing, right? But when you're healing on your own, it is the most difficult thing that you face. It's like the dark night of the soul, right? Everything goes black, everything goes pitch black, everything goes silent. Everything goes silent. And when things go silent, things can get out of hand. They can. If you don't have control, and you're not really, you don't have those plans executed, things can go left very quickly, especially in relationships. That's why I say, like, it's during this retrograde, a lot of people have been asking me, should I reach out? Like, I haven't talked to so and so, but I've been feeling like this energy to call them. I haven't talked to them. Listen, I'm telling you right now, that is your anxious attachment, and it needs healing and it needs attention. Okay. If you are somebody that avoids having conversations and really pushing things off, okay, and not really being truthful, then you're still dealing with an avoidant. Okay, you're moving as an avoidant. And what happens in these dynamics is the anxious attachment and the avoidant, they're like magnets. It's two crossed energies, right? They both want the same thing, but they self-sabotage. But they self-sabotage. And that's what this is in most of these relationships. So I know a little thing or two about these dynamics because I've lived it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been in that dynamic, and it is not pretty. And it is a cycle that sometimes can feel like it's endless sometimes. It's like a resurfacing cycle. It's like, it doesn't matter, you know, if you've dated, multiple people. It's like that same energy, it still resurfaces some way, somehow. You feel that same energy, and I'm telling you, it's just another soul. It's just another soul. Once you heal, it is so freeing. It is an amazing feeling. Yes, of course. And I recommend that everybody do it. It's painful. I'm telling you right now, it's painful, but it is definitely worth doing. It's worth breaking those chains. It's worth breaking through those generational curses. Um it's worth it for your lineage, for the generations that follow after. Like, healing is so important. Healing is so important, and a lot of people don't understand how vital it is. You get what I'm saying? It's not an easy path or an easy journey. It's very challenging. But I feel like that's just how faith works. You know what I'm saying? You can't have faith without being tested time and time again. You can't. You can't have faith without being tested time and time again. Because how would you really know if you really have faith if you didn't have to cling on to it at one point in your life? You get what I'm saying? Thank you for the heart meme. So I feel like it's the harsh reality of things. Sometimes sometimes you gotta be neck deep in situations to really believe in your faith, or believe in yourself, right? Because a lot of us, we tend to self isolate. We tend to we tend to what's the word that I'm looking for? Very much like independent to yourself. Um, it's not an easy road for anyone. I will say that, but it is rewarding. It is rewarding, and usually, mm, for for the main, I really want to say that I've never heard anybody that has done healing that regrets healing. I've never heard anyone regret healing. Never. It was hard, but I could only really face those hard truths alone with no distractions, especially being celibate, brought so close to my higher self. Yeah. And that's something too, especially in this day and age, that's very critical because a lot of people, move in this energy of, sneaky links and quick distractions, or, I just want to get a nut, that type of energy. It's just lustful Jezebel energies, Jezebel spirits. And I always say that you're, especially a woman, right? Your portal is your womb. So there's a need for you to protect that and not give access to everyone through your portal, because your portal creates a lot. Your portal is everything. So there's a need for you to protect that. And sometimes you have to be abstinent. Sometimes you have to draw your energy back and not, fold to the temptation. But that's why I say it's not for everybody, because again, you have to have the willpower. You have to have the willpower. It's not the easiest thing, I will say that, because especially in this day and age, a lot of people tend to be quick and give up very easily. A lot of people go on like these websites and, you know they like plan to hook up. Like the dynamic in dating, it has shifted over the years. Literally, it has shifted over the years. So uh you know I really feel like healing at this point is vital, because who knows how much worse it's gonna get. you know Real authentic connections and are very rare to come by, because nowadays, again, people just want to smash without a care in the world. You know what I'm saying? Having children, broken homes, like, it's nothing in this day and age, and a lot of that was unheard of. Not saying that it didn't happen, but it wasn't blasted like it is now. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this shit has been around for centuries. This shit didn't just pop off in the 90s, 80s. No, this shit been going on for centuries. But yeah, definitely, definitely, definitely take the time to heal. I really feel like I'm getting shadow banned again. Celibacy made meditating much easier to those soul ties are binding in a way. Oh yeah, no, soul ties are definitely binding. Especially raw. Especially if you're doing it raw. Hello, Alicia. Especially if you're doing it raw, yeah. Soul tie. And when you have that soul tie, you can immediately feel when somebody is pulling on your energy. You can literally feel that. But yeah, I think I might, I don't know, I may restart I know we just kind of went into a whole thing, but I feel like maybe that was a conversation that needed to be had with who was here. Hey, E, what's up, Ellie? Um, the list is open if anybody wants to get on the list. Okay. I may restart because I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but I'm trying to give it. I gave it some time. It's already been 35 minutes. But if anybody would like a reading, it is a $15 minimum donation. It is a 3-card spirit led, okay? At work. Hope you have a good night. You too, mamita. Thank you so much. The list is open, you guys. $15 minimum. For tonight, I do have Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. All of my information is listed in my Linktree. Yes, you should start TikTok. It's being weird tonight. It was like that yesterday. Was it showing repeat? Yeah. I came on yesterday. I came on like early. I want to say like 9 something, and it kept shadow banning me. But I feel like if I don't come on, like if there's a week where I miss a few lives, it'll it'll kick me off. But once I get back into doing videos again live every day, it'll boost my algorithm up. I don't know. That's just kind of how TikTok has been. But I'm gonna go ahead and restart. And again, make sure you guys tap in with me on Instagram. All right. I don't respond on this app. Yeah, it is pick and choose. It's annoying actually. All right, let me go ahead and restart. All right, let's try this again. Who we got on YouTube? Who's on YouTube? Tap in. Welcome in, everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome in, everyone. Love, light, prosperity. List is open, $15 minimum. Linktree is in the bio. Welcome in, everyone. Love, light, prosperity to each and every one of you. I had to restart my live. But if you are here, welcome. My list is open. If you would like to join the list, it is a $15 minimum donation. All of my information is listed in my bio. List is open, you guys. 15 minimum donation. If you would like a reading, tap in down below. What's up, Brianna? How are you, mama? Hello. Welcome in, everyone. The list is open. $15 minimum donation. If you would like to join the list, it is a spirit-led reading, 3 cards. Okay, the cards are for y'all. All of my messages are intuitive. So if you would like to tap into the energy, all right, the list is now open, $15 minimum. And if you would like to book me private, I do offer private sessions through Instagram. All right, all of my information is in my bio. List is open. List is open. All right. It is 2:05 on the East Coast. I'm going straight into the list. These are donation based, $15 minimum. So if you're wanting to tap into the energy, I do have Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, and I also accept through Chime. If anybody would like a reading, definitely tap in down below. And I'll get started with the first reading. If you're wanting to ask me a free yes or no question, my platform is not used for that, my love. I do spirit-led readings. List is open for spirit-led readings, $15 minimum. All right. I'm only doing readings at this point. So if you are here and you're wanting a question answered, I don't do questions. I don't know what y'all want me to do, but I don't do questions. I do spirit-led readings. I don't do gifts, love. Gifts are appreciated, right? But the gifts don't amount to the energy. So my santos don't work like that, and I respect them. So again, $15 minimum. Y'all spend that on Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging. But $15 I feel like is it's fair. And I'm not gonna fight my price. My price is my price. So whoever wants clarity on what they got going on, I know a lot of y'all up at night, can't sleep, especially during this retrograde. So y'all can't just sit here and act all nonchalant. Y'all be wanting things handed to y'all, and that's not how it works up in this. It's equal give and take. So the energy for today is 15. All right. So, list is open. If you want to get a reading, tap in down below and let me know. And then I will proceed with the readings. Hello. I don't know, love. Why don't you ask him? What's going on, everybody? My list is open. $15 minimum is a donation. If you would like to tap in, definitely let me know down below. I do not have anybody on the list. Just asking what, love? What are you asking? Mini readings, $15, love. I do not have anybody on the list. It is a $15 donation. So if anybody would like to join the list, Apple Pay, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. I also accept through Chime. I am on 4 different platforms, so if you would like a reading, it is donation based, $15 minimum. All right. You have a question? Is it a question pertaining to you or a question pertaining to me? What's up, Crystal? Bendición, mamá. I'm assuming it's a question for you as you're not even following. Um, I'm about to get off anyways. List is open, you guys. List is open. I see you back. What's going on, collective? Let's see. I'm going to get off here. If I don't get anybody on the list, I'm getting off in 5 minutes. So the list is open. All right. I'll be logging off in 5 minutes. Thank you for the rose. Oh, I don't have Cash App, my love. That's the only thing I don't have. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did have it, and then I don't. I'm not able to get one, so. Hello. I'm getting off in 4 minutes. I'm just trying to complete my hour on YouTube. But I don't have anybody on the list. No, I don't do questions. I do spirit-led readings. I'm doing good, thank you, Yvette. Hope you are. Thank you for the follows, guys. I'm getting off in 3 minutes. But I'll be back on tomorrow. And if you guys want to tap in for private, you guys can tap in with me on Instagram. Thank you for the rose. Thanks for the heart puffs. I appreciate y'all. The algorithm's been weird today. It's a $15 minimum. Thank you for the rose.